Hi, and joining me, Ann. And I'm the host of clubknit.knittingtoday.com, and what I'm doing is working on assembling the Stormy Weather cardigan that I started a while back. We're going to get that finished real quick here. This is the shoulder seam. This is the project, and it is knit. Nope. Hold on, we're gonna get it so that I can look at me. Okay, so this cardigan, and I made this into a cardigan, so I have two fronts. What I'm doing now is assembling the shoulder seam right here, and then I'm gonna pick up these stitches and knit the sleeve down. So to do the shoulder seam, first of all, I took my back with the right side facing, and then I hung the front with the wrong side facing, so my right sides are together. And I left a few stitches here so you can see how I picked them up and rehang them. What I do is kind of unroll that edge with my thumb and stick the 3-prong tool in, making sure that I just have the V's along the top edge. And then I put those stitches on the needles. And so I have this one here. And I've unrolled, so I have just two strands, or the V of the edge, and one more here. And if you, to do a check, you come along and look along the edge and make sure that you are no deeper than this line of stitches. So you have a line along the edge. I'm going to put these behind the needles. Tight, tight, tight. And you can either hand knit these together or machine knit these together. And I'm going to adjust my carriage to a 9. Set it to the number 2 so that when it comes across it will knit these stitches. Thread up my yarn, which I have around my neck, but actually it's not long enough. Okay, so I need to thread up the machine. When I do my bind off, I do it from left to right with my right hand. So I need to knit. I'm going to knit 2 rows. I'm going to knit one that pulls the needles all together, and then I'm going to knit one back, or that knits the 2 stitches together. So I'm going to knit 1 row, and it's very tight because it's pulling the stitches through and knitting them together. Okay, just make sure, yeah, I did drop one right here. So I'm going to pick up those stitches, and then I'm going to find my yarn, which happens to be blue, and it's right here, and hand pull that needle through. Okay, oh, and here's another one, and this one actually dropped because my tail was loose. So we need to pick up here and here, put those on, and then my yarn. I hate it when it's the same color. It's right here. And so I'm going to use it to pull through. Oh, and here, another one. Oh, sorry. So here's my yarn and pull it through. Okay. Now, so that combines the two rows, and now I'm going to knit one more row, and I'm at a very loose tension 9, and I'm going to put it back right away to 4.5 so that I don't forget down the road. And I'm going to do what's called a latch tool or a crochet bind off. So to do that bind off, you put the first stitch on the tool. Can you get it? And the next stitch in, maybe come from this direction. And then pull it through. No?
Yeah.
The next stitch goes in the latch. The old stitch is behind the latch. Pull it through. Now I'm just going to work my way all the way across. And this is the top of the shoulder seam. So the old one is behind the latch, and I'm holding it open with my finger. So I hold it open while I get the next stitch in the latch. So the old one is behind, the next one is in, pull it through. And I'm right-handed, so I'm working this row from right to left. And this yarn is a linen yarn, a linen blend yarn, and it has some slubs in it. So that's why I had some problems with it not knitting through in a couple of areas. And it is a little splitty, at least. Okay, so this stitch was being obnoxious. I'm just going to open that up so that I can get into it better. It was just splitty in that one little area right there. And I work all the way across until I've done all of the stitches. And actually, I need to cut my yarn. And I'm almost there. I think I have about 15 left to do. And I'm doing this at a looser tension. I knit that last row at a looser tension so that it lays nice and flat. If it was too tight, it would pull the shoulder seam. Okay, so there is our last row, and I would typically cut that yarn and pull it through, but let me show you what the inside shoulder seam looks like. That is my shoulder seam. I'll have to tighten. I'm going to tighten these edge stitches down there, just a little loose. There we go. Thanks for joining us. And you can see more demonstrations and tutorials at clubknit.knittingtoday.com. So